In the last video, we kicked off our first agent session. And in this video, we're going to understand the different levels of permissions that we can execute our agents with so we can have full control over the level of autonomy. Additionally, we're going to understand what tool calls are and take a look at some of the calls that the agent is doing. And then finally, we're going to understand what a context window is. All right, so let's dive right in. All right, so in the last video, we kicked off some work and we ended seeing this command that wants to run in the terminal. By the way, you can see the terminals that the agent is using by in the terminal area, clicking on the hidden terminals. And if there are various ones, you'll see a list, but since there is just one in this case, it opened right away there. Okay, so we clicked allow on that first command, right? But I want to dive deeper into the permissions and how we can use this allow functionality here. First, the reason why we are even being asked to allow specific commands that are popping up here is because we have this set to default approvals. And if I click on this, we see that we have the option to select 3 approval levels. So default approvals will have Copilot use your configured settings. A bypass approvals will mean that all tool calls are auto-approved and retries are also done automatically. And then autopilot, which is in preview, will auto-approve all tool calls and continue the task until it is done. So the difference between these two is they both auto-approve all tool calls. However, in this approval level, the bypass one, if there's any clarification that the agent needs, it will ask you for that. Whereas in the autopilot approval level, it will answer those questions on its own. And the goal is to get to the end of the task, no matter what. Different options here. I'm going to keep this to default approvals, and in future videos, we'll use the other levels. Now, also, when it comes to approving individual commands, if we click on the drop down here on the right side of the allow, we have a couple of options. We can allow all commands that start with UV in the session, in this workspace, or always allow. Or we can allow, similarly, this exact command in the session, in this workspace, or always allow this exact command. We can also allow all commands in the session. So for example, let's say, all right, I want to go ahead and allow this command and any other prompt to allow a command, just auto approve it. We can select that here as well. And I'm just going to click allow once more here and we'll see what's going on here. All right, looks like I wrote some tests for us as well. Now, like I mentioned, there is a change I want to make here. But before we do that, I do want to show you a couple things. Now, this agent has been running, and we saw in the previous video that there were already some tool calls that we reviewed there. And we see that it has reviewed files. It's done some updates here. It's edited. It's created using those built-in tools. And then you can also, in the chat, use the pound symbol and call tools yourself. So read, right? We can run command. You can also search, I believe. And I think there's also web search here as well. Yes, you can call those tools manually if you want. But the whole goal of agentic programming, agent first development is that you tell the task and the agent goes and figures out which tools to use instead of you explicitly telling them. But that is an option if you want, right? Before we make any edits here, I do want to talk a little bit about the context window. Remember, I was talking about context being the information that the agent collects along the way or that you provide to the agent. Well, that is important to keep in mind when we are talking about the context window. So every model has a context window, and this essentially measures how much information the model can have in memory before sort of just starting to forget some of the earlier messages that you've had, right? So for example, this one is 200,000 tokens. A token roughly converts to a word in English. In any other language, the conversion is slightly different, but we can, for the sake of this video, say 1 word is 1 token, right? As your context window starts to fill up, this will change into red. Right now, it tells us we have a 10%
usage of the context window, and it'll show us the system is using this breakdown. So the system instructions, these are any built-in guidelines for the agent itself, and then the tool definitions. So that includes all the definitions of the tools that are selected to run in the session, which is why it's important to only use the tools or have enabled the tools that you really need. Back to the context window, we also have user context, which includes all the messages we have provided and the responses that the agent has given us, and then any results from the tools. So this could be like terminal output, reading of files, etc. We also have this compact conversation. The way this works is this is manually invoking the summarization of your entire chat history and keeping just the most important details. That way, this context usage or context windows usage can get compacted. vscode and GitHub Copilot are going to be doing this intelligently in the background to mitigate this issue of the context window being filled up. But you can also manually invoke it by clicking here, or you can also use /compact here as well if you want to. Now, because this is a relatively small and straightforward session, the majority is being used by the system and not by our user context, but as we continue to add functionality to this code, we'll start to see these numbers grow and grow, and perhaps the compact conversation is something we'll need to manually invoke later, but we are good for now.
And that is it for this video. You'll understand the different levels of approval for the commands your agent is going to run. You also understand tool calls and how to see the calls that your agent is doing. And then finally, you understand context window and how to see what is consuming your context window. In the next video, we're going to see how we can review the changes that our agent has made and what should we do if we want to change the direction of work. All right, I'll see you in the next one.